Hello everybody and welcome back to One Hub Racing. I'm joined in the commentary box with my usual good friend Sean, and of course Odems has come to join us for the last race before Christmas. So welcome back to the podium tier, Odems. Hope you're feeling better from your short stay in hospital. And Sean, Red Bull, they didn't win last week.
It was indeed a good win, and yeah, this track provides everybody that has speed, the lap times. It has a nice flowing rhythm around here, and I'm still being called the king of Austria. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this track today.
Odems, it's a short track here. Qualifying, you can obviously get quite a few runs in, but how important do you think it'll be to start near the front of the grid if you want to challenge for this win? Because, you know, overtaking, it is possible here.
It's very possible, but from experience, I find that, you know, it's hard to get out of DRS around here. And if you have two drivers battling for position, you can actually, it's so hard to get past both of them. It's if you're quicker, you know. So track position, it may not look like it's vital, but it's very vital around here.
Alrighty, well, if you're wondering why we're not called F1 TS Hub, head over to the channel. I've just done a video about that. We've rebranded, I should say, to One Hub Racing, and I explained all about it on a live stream earlier on tonight. But yeah, welcome to One Hub Racing, and Odems, Sean, what do you think about last week? Obviously, Red Bull didn't take the win the first time. You know, 7 races they won in a row between Gaza and Danestar, but here tonight, Jorit took the win last time out, and obviously CXY was new. He got his first pole position last week, and he finished on the podium. Do you think we can, you know, see a different winner here today other than a Red Bull again?
I hope we can, actually. But yeah, now Danestar has even put on the fastest lap time on the softs. Only with 9 thousandths, quicker than Jamie, and he's put on a time on the softs. So I don't know, but I hope we get another different winner here, because it provides some astonishing racing, to be fair, in front. And there we go, CXY, or the analyzer Jack, as far as the fast one now, we have 4-6, but yeah, I hope we can have another different winner, because, you know, we had the Red Bull dominance, which was also like quite remarkable, but yeah, if you now have another different winner, then I think they really gonna hurt Danestar and Gazelman.
Dennis, what do you reckon?
Honestly, I mean, I would usually you want more drivers in the mix, but I'd love to see how far we could go with just Red Bull drivers winning. Like, I think that would be pretty cool. That could break a, well, they couldn't possibly break the record anymore, because the record was Williams in season 4. Ermi and Jono won every single race for the Williams team. But it'd be nice to see how far they could take it. But we have drivers like CXY and Jord who are eager to snap at their heels and take that off of them. So yeah, it will be an interesting race for sure.
Just let us know on stream if you can hear all 3 of us okay. I have adjusted my headset since last time commentating, so just let me know it's all okay. Gaza thinks about coming into the pits, does he? And then waits to let a car in front through, and then gets underway, which, you know, is going to affect his... no, so he's backed off the next lap as well. So Sean, do you just want to run it? You're the king of Austria. Do you want to run us through the tyre choices and what kind of strategy we can expect from these guys heading into the qualifying session?
Well, with all pleasure, Nathan. So the tires we're gonna have on this circuit is the Ultra Softs, the Super Softs, and the soft tires. Well, it is the same as last year's game. It is an easy one stop from the Ultra Softs to the soft. You can easily drag those tires to around, well, we'll say lap 13, 12-ish. You can easily drag them and easily do a one stop on those soft compound tires. I mean, you can still do supers, and oh, Tazi has left the session, so hopefully you can join back quickly to race again. But yeah, it is easy one stop ultras to soft, but I not really recommend here the super soft, because yeah, it only go longer, like maybe 5 laps, so it's not really making a huge difference here. So I think this ultra soft to soft is going to be the most common strategy for this race.
But do you think it's more exciting when the drivers get to qualify on the, you know, the quickest compound? And when I say get to, obviously you can always qualify on the quickest, but it's not always the best race strategy. Whereas around this track, with the tire compounds we have, it seems to be that you can start on the quickest compound, which means you can really push the car to the maximum during qualifying, and we get to see really who is the quickest.
Yeah, I agree. It usually around tracks like France or say, the weather's gone very wide there. That's to ruin his entire lap.
Dear.
Or like Bahrain, you have basically a one-shot qualifying that's just 18 minutes long because everyone just wants to set their laps on the middle compound tire, not the softest tire. But around here, we can have a genuine, actual qualifying session. So yeah, definitely more exciting when they get to start on the softest tire. Especially because you'll have people who won't start on the softest tire who will be just as viable, and they can get in the mix.
Well, speaking of in the mix, last time out in France, Sean, we had a proper battle for the podium and the lead. Dainstar suffered a puncture on the last lap, but he wasn't the quickest all qualifying and race. He didn't have the race pace, he didn't have the best strategy, and he didn't take pole position. But the man on top at the moment did take pole last time out. He has a bit of a margin as we speak here tonight, but on those ultra soft tires at the moment, Dainstar in second on the slower compound, the supers. But yeah, CXY, Dainstar, Jamie, Boffy, Dweller, we didn't really get to see much of him last week after the incident on the start. Oles got a podium last week, Nick was there, Jonas, they're all podium capabilities, and Gaza obviously's taken a couple wins and a podium, so it's really going to be interesting to see whether they can keep Dainstar off that top step, and of course we've got so many drivers fighting for the podiums. It makes it really exciting.
It makes it really exciting, and I was also, I would not say glad. I mean, it sounds really stupid, but we saw like a difference in front, and I was so glad. It's not always like really a Red Bull dominance, so I was very glad to see that we have a different winner and a different team that won this race. And yeah, about the race, I mean, some drivers were complaining about like with accidents and everything, but even in that chicane, after that long backstage, it is, just if you go side by side there and the other one has the inside, and you have like a tight line, so accidents gonna be happen. But on this track we have like maybe lots of proper bells, but it's gonna be a lot of DRS terrain here because we have a 3 DRS straights, and yeah, it's gonna be a DRS train for this this one.
The 2 house cars have improved. James got a lap on the ultras to go second, and Oles went 6th on the softs. So it's a good lap from them.
Odems, just to mention, obviously, Dweller moved down from the Pinnacle tier this season. He took his first ever win here at F1 TS Hub, I believe back in season 10, in a rain-soaked Austria in the podium tier. Since he's rejoined this tier, he hasn't, had the results that he perhaps should have been able to. Incidents, disconnections, it's all kind of happened. But this track, he enjoys it. Do you think tonight could be the night where he really kicks off a decent run of results?
I would hope so. He definitely has it in him, but yeah, he has a lot of competition. He didn't when he came into the tier, you'd expect someone from Pinnacle, who was around the midfield, to be up at the top, but it hasn't been like that. So he was good at this track, so he'd be hoping for a bit of rain, which I don't think is coming. But yeah, I think he could get a good result here tonight. One thing I want to point out is that, see the 50-meter braking board on the left-hand side. In the podium tier, we're about halfway through qualifying, and we haven't seen anyone break that yet. That'll probably be gone in the prestige tier by about 2 minutes.
Alrighty, let's have a look, and we can see that just 2.5 tenths separate the top 2 at the moment. The gap does stretch a little bit as we get through the field. 2 seconds covering the top 11 at the moment. A few drivers still yet to set a lap time. Tej, I haven't seen him rejoin the session yet. I don't know if you guys have or not. But D-Boy Dan on and out lap, getting ready to, start a lap in his Toro Rossos. And the Toro Rossos, only one phase. We thought she was going to have to leave, but she's changed things around so that she can continue racing. And Odense, that must be a testament to, say that how much they enjoy racing at One Hub Racing.
Yeah, for sure. If they're able to change their whole plans around just to stay here for another Friday night. I know definitely if I had a choice, I would definitely rearrange some real life things so I could race here.
Ooh.
Look at Jorit on those soft tires, pops it up to 3rd position. Also,
wow.
Danestar in 4th on the super soft tire. Rex sets a good time on those ultras as well. So Rex has had an underperforming season. We spoke to him in the chat show, Odems, and you know, he's obviously he's not lost any motivation, even though the season hasn't gone had he hoped. He still thinks he can, you know, get onto that podium and challenge the guys if he keeps working hard towards it.
Well, I think if he gets a podium, then he can easily, he has the pace for a podium, but yeah, with accidents and maybe not really smart decisions, you know, just it all comes into play. But I hope he gets the podium this time out, and hopefully we don't do a commentator's push.
Yeah, speaking of podiums, Sean, what do you reckon for Jamie tonight? Do you reckon he's going to be up on that top 3 step?
Well, I have a very special place for Jamie in my heart, but yeah, hopefully the good man gets the podium, and hopefully he doesn't get another 4th place, otherwise I think he's gonna just jump out of the window, but I reckon he gets 2nd place.
Alrighty, so CXY still holding the top, Jamie just behind him in 2nd place. Top 3 now on those ultra soft tires. Dweller is on the ultra soft, but just under 5 minutes left in the session. Stevie just crosses the line, and he is not starting a lap, I don't think, because he's using DRS. But D-Boy Dan pops it up to 7th with a lap time on ultra soft tire. But yeah, CXY on another lap on a new set of ultra soft tires. So let's ride on board with the Ferrari man. It's been a breath of fresh air in that Ferrari team since he joined.
Yeah, and I think he's a great addition.
Sorry. Dweller just set a lap 1,000 slower than his last lap. I thought pretty funny.
All those efforts. Yeah, I think addition for Ferrari now, CXY or Jack. I mean, he's a great addition. He's just a young driver. I mean, he has some talent in it, but only in his first race he did a remarkable job to get a pole position. So, and hopefully this race he gets also a win, cause you know I was the one that gave him to DS up. And I quite see that he's enjoying it, and also has the pace in it. And there we go, he improved his lap time.
Yeah, of course, if you hear us mention F1 TS Hub, of course we only changed our name this week, so we're still getting used to it live on commentary, but we do have a little bit of time to get accustomed to One Hub racing. And if you haven't already, make sure you check out the new logo and things like that. The website will be up shortly, as I mentioned on the live stream earlier on tonight, which I just used to explain all about why we changed over. But Odems, looking at the grid at the moment, 4 minutes left in the session. A lot of drivers in the pit lanes. I expect quite a few to come out as the session closes down, gets quickest right towards the end.
Nick is on.
Yeah, for sure. It gets quicker towards the end, and you know, Austria seems like an easy track, not too technical, but it's very easy to just not set your best lap around here. So I think drivers like CXY and Jamie will be happy with their laps because they've put a lot less pressure on themselves for the last few runs.
Corner cutting here as well can be a bit of a problem, Sean.
Yeah, I know exactly everything about it, but especially the first corner and the last 2 corners are like the most easiest one to corner cut. Just or you steer in too late or you steer in too early. You know, it's so hard here, and I think that can also be maybe the game changer also late in this race. That you have some drivers having too many penalties and then ending up in a lower position than they thought.
Gaz is on a lap time now, coming through the middle sector, currently in 11th place. He'll want to do better. He touches the gravel there on exit. He's asked twice now. He's touched the outside of the track, so really hounding that Red Bull after missing last week in France. So what can he do with this lap time? Yeah, on super soft tire. Runs a little bit wide. I don't know if that invalidated him, but
yeah,
yes, he's backed off. Yeah, so he'll have to slow down and he'll get another lap in as long as he's got enough fuel. 3 drivers still in the pits, yet to set a lap time. Taj, only 1 pace, and Gamersat. Who else? Oh, D-Boy Dan's in the wall. That's on the last corner, is that right? Yeah, that's the last corner.
Yeah, that's the last corner. Wait, how?
Yellow flags in all 3 sectors.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, he broke the front wing out of that. Oh, man.
So as he rejoins the track, Jorit, who's sitting in 4th on those soft tyres, remarkably, has come out on supers. So it looks like we are going to get a strategy here, boys. Some starting on supers and some starting on the quickest ultra soft tyre.
Yep, Dane as well out on the supers.
Dane, oh dear. Yeah, for me personally, I think it doesn't make any sort of difference late in the race. You know, they don't go like that much longer. To be fair, I really like the big differences. So
I disagree. I think if you're starting, say, 3rd on the supers and the guys ahead of you are on the ultras, I think that's pretty much game set and match for you. I think you're a huge shoo-in for the win at that point, because the ultras, when they go off, they really go off.
Yeah, I mean, Jonas gets a 5-place grid penalty actually.
Collision with White Eagle, so...
I don't see any...
Oh, White Eagle's off the track, trying to recover, squirm back onto it.
I don't see any damage on Jonas actually. So...
No, that's a little bit strange there. I wonder whether White Eagle will come into the pits. No, he's gonna continue on to another lap. So CXY stays in the pit, Sean. He's not going to improve on that lap time. Nick comes into the pits as well, so he won't improve on his lap time, as has D-Boy Dan after that damage at the last corner. But the rest of the drivers, other than the 3 choosing not to set a time, are going to try and go quicker.
Dane and Jorit are going to cross the line one after another, so this will be interesting to see who beats who, and they might. I think they'll have enough time for another run. So.
Yeah, Jamie's bailed.
Yeah.
So here comes Dane's start.
Lap time on those supers. Oh, there goes Dane's. Yeah.
Here comes Jorit, also on the supers. It's not going to be as quick, but does he improve on his softs? He can go again. He's got some ERS left in that car. Dweller is on a lap quicker in sector 1 than his personal best. So who else do you reckon can challenge? Ols is on a lap. No, is he backed off? Yes, he's backed off.
He's backed off.
So Stevie's backed off. Dweller's the main man, we think, can challenge.
Is he on? Yeah, even Silver. He's 1/10 quicker, so then in the second
Jonas is on a lap. Jorit's on another lap, quicker.
Ooh.
It's getting exciting towards the end of this session.
Dweller's nailed those final 2 corners. Oh, no, wide though. That'll probably invalidate.
That is definitely
very wide. It was a 4.6 as well.
With that mistake.
Second.
Yeah.
Would have been second. Wow. Let's see what Jorit can do.
Jorit does the same thing.
As well. That curve just...
Jonas has binned it. Jonas is in the wall with front wing damage, so bit of an anti-climax there.
Yeah.
That curve is just treacherous. You cannot take too much of it, otherwise they'll just spit your car back out again.
So CXY, 2 races at One Hub Racing, 2 pole positions.
I'm very proud of him. And he has
yeah, we have to say, Danestar's a danger man there. On the supers right behind him.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, even though he's quick, but I see with him, you know, he's when he uses tires, you know, it's always so aggressive, you know, when going on the top. His red tires are always like very hot, you know. So I think he's not gonna be that quick. Even though it was even in Baku, he saw it also on the middle come out of tires, and I was not really impressed like how he handled it. To be fair, so hopefully may see a chance, but I highly doubt about it.
Alrighty, well we will have to wait and see, of course. All the action from the race coming shortly, but let's run you through the qualifying results. CXY takes pole, Danestar in 2nd, Jamie in 3rd, Ols in 4th, Stevie in 5th. Good result for him. Dweller in 6th, Jorit in 7th, 8th is Nick. Jorit on those soft tyres, by the way. Rex in 9th, Jonas in 10th. He'll take a 5-place grid penalty for contact with White Eagle. D-Boy Dan in 11th. 12th is Gaza. Disappointing qualifying result for him. 13th White Eagle. 14th Taz. 15th is only one phase. Gamersat in 16th. The latter 3 choosing not to set a lap time in this qualifying session. Now we'll run through tyres when, of course, we get the formation lap underway here, boys. But interesting, the Mercedes of Jorit starting on those soft tyres. Could be the only one inside the top 10, the only one inside, you know, maybe the top 15 or so to choose that strategy. We'll have to wait and see. But does that give him an advantage, do you think?
I think not. You can go for the soft tires like a long time, but if you go too long on those tires, you lose like a lot of time. But you're quick at the end, but I don't think you can catch that lost time back again at the end of the race. So it can be good, but he does not have to stay out like too long on those set of tires.
Alrighty, well, drivers are choosing their strategy, selecting their fuel. Odems, you're racing in the Prestige tier tonight at 9 PM. What goes through your mind as you're sitting on the grid doing all this? Do you feel nervous, or do you feel prepared and ready to get the race underway?
No matter how prepared you are, you're going to be nervous because you're so focused on you're focused on yourself, but you also have to consider what other people behind you are doing, beside you are doing, ahead of you are doing. So no matter how prepared you are, there's always going to be that element of, oh, what's going to happen?
Sean, King of Austria, who's your money on here tonight?
Yeah, even though I'm gonna be very biased, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say CXY. Even though he is on a softer strategy, but given his pace and his time management, what he did in France, it impressed me. So I'm gonna say for him.
Alrighty, and I was right. So Jorrit, the only driver choosing to start on that strategy of the harder compound and switching to the softer one. Look for him later in the race.
I think he chose to, though, to be fair.
Yeah, saying that, I think obviously you had enough. He obviously would have chosen the harder strategy, and given that you don't need the tires, maybe that we've seen some interesting strategies from Jorrit, to say the least, this season. Either disaster classes or master classes. Last time out in France, perhaps he's onto something here. If he can stay within the slipstream, boys, maybe he can really make that strategy work, even though the tires aren't quicker.
Yeah. Hopefully he can move up the grid. And actually, outside the top 10 is Jones the only one who's going to start on the ultras, but I would reckon just go for supers if you are outside the top 10, because you have a fresh set. And yeah,
I am getting anxiety watching Danestar win with his tires. It's just so aggressive and violent.
It is aggressive.
Well, interesting as well, we have to shout out Jamie, his best qualifying position, I think, since Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wow. But third position for him.
Yeah. I think it was Australia.
And his teammate just behind on those supers. So I wonder if there'll be, any interesting team strategies between those two. We know they talk during races and work closely together. So if after so many laps, Ols is able to go quicker, do you think we could expect a pass there quickly before we get the race underway?
Yes, I think so. That's going to be team
fight it, yeah.
Alrighty, well, we got a brilliant overhead shot here as we wait for the 5 red lights. This is the first race as One Hub Racing in the Podium tier, Season 12. Here we go, round 9, and the lights are out, and it's a good start for CXY. Danestar gets a decent start as well. Is he going to try something up the inside? Jamie gets a decent start. Not too many position changes. The Haas drivers get very close. The Renault's got a good run. No major damage unless you guys can see anything else as they head down to turn 2. Long run here, overtaking down the inside. Danestar thinks about it. Is Jamie going to go for it?
Jamie's gone for it.
Pushes Danestar wide.
Close with Jamie. Oh my god, that was close. Can he make it actually?
He's got the inside line for the next corner.
That was a bit of a mean one.
Danestar's going to get him back.
Jamie.
No, he doesn't. Wow. What a great start by him. And there goes Nick down the inside of Bodsweller, and then Ols also maybe in it. He has a very bad start, by the way, Ols. Very bad start by him.
Dweller thinks about going back down the inside. Not the best place to pass in that middle sector, but it's got a bit of a better run. And Jorrit's fallen down a position on those soft tyres. But we haven't really seen any incidents, any accidents. It's been a clean race here. And look at this. White Eagles now trying to go around the outside of D-Boy Dan. Not the best place to pass, but he'll try and line him up for the straight.
He looks very close.
All the drivers look pretty close. Dweller having a look down the inside.
Ooh, Jorrit thinks about also for a move on Old, but not quite making it. But Botwell looks
Here comes Danestar and Jamie.
Oh, sorry.
Looking for revenge.
I think he's gonna make. Ooh.
That was pure revenge.
That was complete revenge.
Dweller's got got Nick. By the way, Nick's going to try and have the run down the inside. Different compound of tyres on these two cars. They touch. Dweller's in the wall. And hits him back.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Silly stuff from these boys.
Ooh, I think he hit it door. Was it like deep boy down? No. I thought on my screen Nick just hit it like deep boy down.
I could see Dweller inching towards that right because he wanted to cover the inside, and you could just see it from a mile away. And yeah, he inched a bit too much, and that's
contact. It's pretty strong here, to be fair. Even in
yeah,
old place,
very sure.
It's very bad. Let's see. Oh, Danes already broke the 1 second with Jamie, so if he can stay like that, then
DRS enabled.
Jamie looks very rusty now in this couple of laps. Not what I expected, but hopefully he can come back on track. But I think we now have the DRS train forming up.
No one in the pits, by the way.
Stevie's looking at a podium position here. That's incredible for him.
Yeah.
Jonas moves up. D-Boy Dan gets him back though. Gamer Sat moves up a position on Nick. So what's happened to Nick? I think Nick was caught up in an incident. Was Nick caught up in that incident between Dweller and his teammate? Does anyone face us left?
The incident was Nick and Dweller.
Oh, was it? Oh, sorry, it was that Mercedes. I thought it was I thought it was Jorit.
No, it wasn't Jorit. It was Nick.
D-Boy Dan gets ahead of White Eagle now. So lots of passing going on. Gaza right on the back of Dweller, who probably has damage. Looks like he does have damage on the front wing.
I think he has, yeah. Looking at the corner speed, yeah. I think he has damage. He still has DRS though of Blindfold though, so. But I think he's gonna get passed by Gaza, man.
We were talking about how Dweller can't seem to get a good result, and there's a reason why. That was very needless on his part, I have to say.
I have to agree with that, yes. I mean, the race is still long though, so. Yeah.
If it's obviously the last lap, you know, those sorts of moves, you know, you might think about giving them a go, but...
That's for...
Oh, Mercedes looking down the inside of Jonas, isn't able to get anything out of that. Stevie, as you mentioned, Odem's looking good for a podium, but Jorit not too far behind on those soft tyres, and he isn't dropping back that much.
No, I think he...
Nick and Jonas side by side.
There we go. And the move. He looks very right there. Is he gonna make? Ooh, he's going defensive, Jonas. But I think he has now that position.
I thought Jonas was defending.
Yeah, he was. Nick is the one attacking.
Yeah,
Jonas.
Nick's attacking after his incident.
Completely ignore me. Completely ignore the Dutchman. Anyway.
I already do. Don't worry.
That's right. The bromance rule.
Anyway, on Jamie, he's got a good run on him.
Taz hasn't rejoined the session as Stevie goes down the inside. Jamie definitely gives him room there. They touch.
The outside, he has the grip there. Is he gonna? No, he's not going really defensive.
Stevie gonna think down the inside, thinks about laying on the brakes, locks up the inside wheel right over the curb, stops Jamie kind of from getting a good run, but there is contact. I think that's hard, but fair racing.
And yeah, now Ols is coming behind him. Are there gonna be any team orders on the straight later, or not?
Jamie hasn't. I'm wondering why Jamie hasn't gone defensive at all against Stevie or Danestar. Just sort of let them go.
It's one of those corners, isn't it, where if you leave the door open, you know someone will just put it down the inside and just stop you turning in, as Jamie did on the first lap to Danestar, and twice has been done the opposite to him. So you either need to, if you're going to stay to the outside, brake early and then get a brilliant run. But that doesn't always work either. So, you know, defending kind of the middle of the track is the best way to go. But as we head down into that braking zone once again, no one into the pits just yet. Dweller and Rex
going at it, and
Rex is under attack now from Gaza. Ols passes Jamie.
Wise decision. Ooh, Joris. And
nice little switchback from Rex. They're getting so close. Oh, I'm sort of
side by
winking
side
here, hoping nothing happens. But
still side by side.
Side by side still, and Gazaman gets it.
Good fair racing there from those two.
Yep.
If they're still going side by side in that corner, that would be even more or tragic or just maybe very good racing.
It's past Jamie and is now on Stevie, so I think Jamie let him go.
Yeah.
All seemingly the quicker car out of these two. I think Jamie's Ultras are going.
It's quite fast actually, lap 7, even though they can still going much longer, so...
CXY doesn't seem to be struggling, 1.5 seconds, he's holding that gap. And now look at this, Ols has good DRS down the inside. Stevie doesn't look like he wants to get involved in this one too much. Both give each other plenty of space, fair racing. Stevie goes on the curb a little bit, and they're going to continue it on.
Yellow's a second. I think that's someone, that's Jorit. Wait, he has lost a lot of places.
Oh, it is Jorit, yeah.
Yeah, he lost a lot of places. What happened to him?
I mean, he's lost his front wing too, a bit of his front wing.
I think it's on the right side, I think.
Dweller versus Jamie. Gaz is there too now. We'll have a look at the Mercedes in a minute. Live on stream, these three are going through nose to tail. Is Dweller going to try anything? No, he's going to try and carry the extra speed, but what can he do with it into the penultimate 2 corners?
Yeah,
I think it was Jamie and Joy who must have had an instinct, because Jamie has front wing damage. I don't know how they both have front wing damage on the right end plate though, so something weird must have happened there.
It must really die from actually. But I don't know how like Joy can lose that amount of places actually.
Slipstream galore. As Dweller down the inside. Jamie gives him half room, but now Gaza's got a good run.
Really should not have done that. Now he's just really prone to Gaza.
Yeah. Jamie is... Oh my god. Is it gonna end at this? I hope not. It was late on the brakes, Dweller, and he's got him. I think Desmond has a very good exit, by the way. Even
yeah, he's going to pick up, but obviously Dweller has DRS as well from Jamie, so it's kind of nullifying it a little bit. Fantastic action all the way up and down the field here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Austria always provides like one of those very good action. I think even if all the games, you know, just it brings a very good action. So I always like that.
Jamie is really strong. Oh, he's for me. I forgot about that. I think he'll be pitting. Really?
Oh,
yeah,
Dweller
no,
Dweller comes down the inside.
Goes very wide there. So. Oh, there goes Gazzaman. He's gonna overtake 2 cars. Oh, Gazzaman.
Oh, he is.
Oh, there he is. What a move.
Dweller's got him back though. Goodness.
This is great action here. Jamie
somehow George found his way back onto this.
Side by side.
3 wide.
3 wide, no. Botwell's going very wide. Off the track he goes. I think he still has the advantage though, yes, but I don't know if it is illegal overtake, yes or no.
And George has gotten Gaza now.
Gaza went from pulling off a worldie to getting absolutely shafted there.
He literally had no chance to turn in because he had 2 cars not even attempting to brake for the corner and both just going wide.
So Jamie under attack now from Jorit, who is still on those soft tires and isn't that far off the lead.
No, Jorit, I have to say, he's really compromised here because he has front wing damage and he pretty much has to 2-stop now because he can't take that all the way to the super soft period. That's 21 laps.
Here comes Gaza down the inside of Jamie.
Oh, down the inside.
Jorit, sorry.
Jorit.
Oh my god.
Side by side still. Gaza's got the inside. Jorit brakes late though. That's going to cost him. He'll have to run wide.
Oh, looks almost a spin round there, but look at the strain right now it's formed.
And look up behind the McLaren and the other Mercedes battling.
Yeah, Rex has front wing damage as well. I was wondering why he wasn't able to really catch up
Rex
to that.
comes down the inside.
Oh, it's D-Boy Dan.
Look at all these cars.
There we go.
You love it, don't you, Owners? Welcome back to the podium tier.
Yeah, definitely. The last races in the podium tier I saw were a bit methodical. They weren't as hectic as this.
Last race was definitely one of mine and Sean's favourite, but this is already, as Danestar is closing that gap, so those ultra soft tyres starting to go off on the race leaders Ferrari.
It has to be expected around lap 10 is that they do.
Oh, there's a Mercedes spinning round.
Oh,
Nick's out of the race.
Nick is out.
Oh, with Pineville. Oh wow, what happened there? I only see the color of it, but did they tangle off each other? I think they have.
They must have. No,
Yeah, they
that's not
must
safety
have-
car. Gaza has gone past Jamie as well. And Dwyer's pit. But I think that's a 2-stop for him.
Jordan has a penalty as well.
Well, Rex having such a good race up until that point, but one Mercedes out of this one. And look at the lead between the top two. It's virtually nothing. Danestar gets ahead and takes the lead from CXY. Sorry we missed that. Well, at least I did on stream.
I just saw the end of it, but he didn't put any ERS
defense.
on CXY, so I think he's gonna let them go, and he's probably gonna pit this lap or next lap, you know, so he knows that he's not, yeah. His point is to
CXY
find
has
Danestar.
pretty much full DRS. He's really saving.
Yeah, he had like pull lots.
Full
He's
DRS.
still within. If you can still within DRS, you know, still with, yeah, around with hot laps, so.
Alrighty, beautiful overhead shot, but we're gonna switch down the order because Jorrit is on the back of Jamie and seemingly has extra grip. Goes down the inside of the last corner. Jamie kind of gives him room and says, okay, you could have waited, but look at this now. D-Boy Dan coming along the outside. What's Jamie gonna do now? Lose another position, and you reckon
Yes,
second
yeah.
place? He fights it, and in fair respect, D-Boy Dan doesn't really say too much about that. Dwella gets himself a penalty as D-Boy Dan weaving all behind. Jamie trying to look for some sort of space down the inside. This time, is he going to make it stick? Such a tight corner. Jamie's going to get a better run.
Yeah, they both have DRS though. Yeah, I think it's not gonna make any difference, I think. Maybe a cheeky dive bomb from D-Boy then? No.
CXY is pretty close to Danestar still. He hasn't been dropped by him at all.
If you still can put on in 1 second, I think you can do it though. But I think he's going. No, he's not going to the pit. Ooh, he's going very wide there.
Starting to, you know, lose that overall grip through these high-speed corners, I imagine. But the DRS, as I mentioned, it can definitely keep you within the car in front. Sunny day here in Austria, by the way, as he gets himself his first penalty.
Yeah.
D-Boy Dan and Jamie in the pits.
As a Stevie G.
So they pitted around. Yeah, that 12 is a good one. Pit, so I think 22
Now
laps
Jonas
on,
and D-Boy Dan, Sean. Jonas has had a quiet race, hasn't he, after that grid penalty?
Jonas, yeah. But yeah, he's climbing up the. Oh, that's a very late move there on D-Boy. Then down the inside, yeah, over braking, yeah. Yeah, even though he has that grid penalty, but he's still doing pretty good, considering the things that are happening all around him. Hopefully, he can move up a little bit more places.
On those
And
ultra
I
soft
see-
tires as well.
TXY is going to the pits. So Danestar can, if he pushes hard now, then he can make it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see the undercut. Dweller is flying at the moment. He's going around the outside of Stevie G, who has just come out from pitting, as has Jamie just behind him.
Stevie G was in third. Dweller was in, I think, 5th or 6th. So
George gets him.
quite the undercut, but as we know, Dweller has to pit again.
Jamie said with another penalty. And yeah, the undercut from Jordan has. Oh no, wait, he hasn't undercut. Never mind. Don't say anything. I just.
Someone just saying, I'll come when I come back. And Danestar is leading Fudge off. So, hello Sadie. No stranger to the podium tier. And Danestar leading the way. He hasn't stopped yet though. So, on those super soft tires. And also on the stream, someone pointing out that, you know, Oll's keeping Danestar honest. The gap isn't, you know, that large. And he comes into the pits.
If for super soft, he's going.
That's speeding.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the spot. Yeah.
I could tell that was going to be speeding.
Here's CX1 and Jorrit with that front wing time, and Jorrit's not going to fight too much, I doubt.
No,
be able to.
I think he's not going to do it. Yeah, there he goes. With ease. Ooh. But yeah, for all, even with, like, he started on supers, he's coming pretty early actually. I expect him going even, like, much longer on those super soft tires. But...
Perhaps going for a large undercut.
Back again. Oh, they touch each other. Oh, wait.
Is that Dave
Oh,
Star?
there's Gazaman.
It's Gaza.
Oh my god!
It's Gaza!
D-boy Dan!
D-boy Dan, jeez!
I just saw it, yeah. Gazaman came very dangerously back on the track and he just reserved it and he reversed out of the track and just hit a D-boy Dan.
Jora and CXY going side by side through the middle sector, still giving it, and Dave Star trying to hang it around the inside, both giving each other plenty of space. Very respectful driving between these two, but D-boy Dan out of this race after that incident with Gaza, who's dropped well down the order because of it.
Yeah, I saw that the Gazaman spun. I thought it was Deinster, but he reversed to the right Gazaman. I think he didn't know that D-boy Dan was there, and yeah, they collide with each other, but it's
CXY must have made a mistake somewhere to let Jordan get back at him like that, because Jordan has bad front wing damage and much slower tires.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Poppy Jola getting another penalty.
Out of this race. I don't know how that's not a safety car, because that was a pretty hefty one.
That was indeed pretty hefty.
We don't do safety cars in this F1 2018 when we need them, as Jorik gets a bit of a tank slapper on the exit there. It goes right to the inside of the track. Gaza is in the pits now, serving a penalty, looks like, now having his wing changed, so he's in for a long afternoon. We are on lap 16 out of 36, and Dane Star still going on those super soft tyres, but the gap really isn't that large between CXY and himself, so do you think he's losing time now?
Yeah, I think...
Short pit lane though, isn't it here?
It is pretty short, but it's not as short as Germany though. But
yeah,
I
it's
think...
pretty slow exit too.
He has to wait. He has to wait, Deinster. I think
So
for his
that's true. Gazaman pit this lap. Gazaman pit this lap, so that's going to delay Deinstar's pit. CXY is long gone. Wow.
So it's Jorik. Where's Ols?
Wow, maybe Ols.
This is going to be very close. Ols is going to get him. He's being held up massively.
Ols going to get him. Yes, he can.
Wow. That was a 5 second, well not 5 second gap, but probably like a 3 second gap with the undercut that he's lost there.
Yeah.
Because the guys might have to pit that same lap.
Oh, it goes down the inside of Ols. Contact. That was lucky there was no wing damage there. That was very, very lucky.
I don't know how that was no wing damage. That is a miracle.
Sometimes this game
will Ols go defensive? No, he won't.
No, I mean, it is your position, man. I mean, fight for it, you know. It's for a podium.
I agree.
It's for the win.
Might as well, especially after getting... Especially since the only reason Daystar is really alongside him is because he punted him into the into the previous corner.
It's very optimistic.
Yeah, how is that not wing damage?
I mean, in reality, if I did that to you, I would have got straight wing damage and maybe a race pit, but yeah.
If you did that to me, I would absolutely make it my lifelong mission that you do not overtake me the next corner.
Yeah, I agree. So I think we should back
racing
to
a bit too nice there.
I even get offended by boxes, so that's why, you know, just minding your
7
own
second gap Dainstar has to Jordan to CXY now. That is going to be a huge one to catch up to.
And the difference between the laps is not with tires, you know, it's only 3 laps, so I mean, it's not really that much to be fair. And also still sticking with DRS though, so if you can keep up the pace, then I think we're going to see some interesting battles.
Rex gets himself another time penalty, so Jonas has gone onto the super soft tyres, so he's gone from the ultras to the supers. That wasn't a strategy you mentioned that could be one for the cards here tonight, Sean?
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
He did the hypers to ultras, didn't he, in Monaco?
Yeah, he did. We know Jonas is very good on his tyres, but I feel like Jonas's issue is that he's too good on his tires, so he stays out way too long.
Yeah.
And that's happened now, but as we know, like, he's not too far back, so
no,
he has a chance to reclaim some points.
Yeah, I would say lap 20, I think that's maybe normal, you know, if it's too long. Oh, yellow's in sector 2. That's for no one. Right.
Alrighty, well, lap 19 out of 36 Odems. I believe everyone has completed at least one pit stop except for Jorah, of course, who started on those soft tyres. Do you want to just run us through the order at the moment?
Yeah, CXY in first place. He got pole position, held off Danestar on Danestar supers as much as he could. Got a massive undercut on Danestar and got help as Jordan in second, as you said. Got help. The Danestar got held in the pits after Gaza. It's gone wide there. After Gaza man had to pit that lap as well for wing damage. So Danestar lost a lot of time there. Now he's got 7 seconds back in third place. Always 1.5 seconds behind. He lost the position to Danestar after Danestar came out of the pits. Dweller in fifth. Jordan in the pits. Dweller now in fourth. He's on the 2-stop, so interesting to see where he's gonna feed into.
Jordan's having his wing
having
change.
a very good race. Is in sixth. Jamie in seventh. Don't play the Jamie still in seventh after the calamity that was his mid-race. Suffering wing damage and getting overtaken by everybody.
It's going to be close between
eighth.
him and Jorah Odems. Very close.
Oh yeah, it will be. Let's go be on supers, however.
We almost hit that wall there, the exit there. We almost hit that wall, but...
Jorah will be on super, so he should make pretty easy work of Jamie.
Yeah.
We haven't talked much about Gamersat. He's in 8th place. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah, the two
good,
McLarens side by side, Sean. Are we going to see a pass here? As White Eagle picks up a time penalty?
I think, yeah, he has the much better grip with this, and the tires warm up a lot quicker than the ult.
Oh, I think there was a decent incident there. They just got a bit of a whack to the left hand side. It kind of bumped him off, and Rex took the position there, but there was no contact. So
Jamie and Jorah are pretty close as they continue through this middle sector, but as soon as those tires are up to temperature, we'd expect the extra grip that Jorah's going to have to come into play. Buffy Dweller.
Through, though.
Yeah,
Jorah's already through.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he's expecting to pull away when he gets those tyres up to temp. But Buffy Dweller, again, he's got the speed, but he's picking up penalties. He's involved in an incident unnecessarily, and he's going to have to make an extra stop and ruin his race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The incident with Nick was definitely did not help, especially since he's doing it a pretty much slower strategy. So yeah. What?
Oh well, Sadie has to say something in the chat. But he said, like, by the way, pretty sure a certain Red Bull from Prestier was giving some driving advice to Danestar, judging how he tried to overtake others.
So guess he's not happy then.
I think it's one of our former drivers, Mally, who of course is on the waiting list at One Hub Racing. If you want to check us out, you can check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Of course, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. We have our Pinnacle race coming live shortly. That's with Kieran and Jono at 8 PM. And then at 9 PM, Odins will be racing in the Prestige tier, where you will have Jack and Alex, who will be taking us through the commentary in what is always a fantastic race. Both races are always putting on a good show for us, but we ain't finished with this one just yet. Lap 22 out of 36, and Sean, it's been a good race so far, but hopefully we don't get one of these races where, you know, the second half isn't as entertaining as the first. Let's see what happens with some of these gaps as the next few laps unfold.
Yeah, it's now unfortunate that we have one of the days. Like, I think France was just an exception, that it was just all chaotic and with the drive stage as well. But now we see a 4-minute gap, but I think it was expected, to be fair. But hopefully we can maybe see some battles, maybe around the middle of the top 10, you know, with maybe Jonas and Jamie. I mean,
Jonas is catching Jamie, and Gamersat is catching his teammate.
And Jordan is actually gaining time in that sort of amount of time to Stevie G, so the gap is now like 6.5 seconds, so I expect we have to see a fight there. And Danestar is actually slowing down on CXY, so yeah, we still have 13 laps remaining, but everything can happen.
Yeah, the gap between the top two has been increasing, not decreasing, even though Danestar is on fresher tires by a few laps, but CXY seemingly in control here at the moment, Odems?
Yeah, definitely. He has 7 seconds to play with behind Dweller. As long as he doesn't get 2 more penalties, he should be golden, really. I think we're looking at a new race winner in the podium tier. One thing I want to say is that Jordan is looking like he's chasing down Stevie G, He's looking at a
Yeah.
possible 4th place because Dwyer still has to pit. So even after all those incidents, it'll be amazing if Joy is able to recover to 4th, showing his
that's the
pace.
maximum he can. Damage limitation. I think 4th
Yeah.
can easily be realistic, to be fair.
Gaza had a bad day after that spin. It all kind of went wrong from there, but you know, qualifying he wasn't able to, you know, get the lap together that he wanted.
Yeah.
Jonas on Jamie as well.
I think it was like a more strategic thing that Gazman was like 12 and he didn't improve his lap time. That's why he came to the pits. But I think
Here's an interesting one. Here's an interesting one. Jonas and Jamie, obviously those two came to blows in France last week. Jonas took Jamie's front wing off, and then Jamie put him in the stewards, got his position. I got Jonas a few positions lost. And Jonas had a bit harsh words to say to Jamie in the race report, saying that Jamie only put him in the stewards because Jamie isn't happy on his own inability to get a podium. So it'll be a bit tasty between these two on track.
Savage all the way, even.
Definitely.
I mean, I like it, but I think you don't have to say that against Jamie, because I think he's gonna search for you and just rip you apart.
Dweller picks up another time penalty, but these two are really going to get close. And as you mentioned, Adams, no love lost, particularly on track and off track last week. But you know, that's all part of a one hub racing season. And let's find out how this one. Obviously, different compounds of tires, different ages of tires. But let's find out what these two boys are going to put on show for us.
Gazman just got White Eagle for 11th rather.
11th,
He's making his way back up.
Another penalty for Pineville. Let's see. Oh, is Jones gonna make a dive ball? No. You never know. He has another chance, but it's not really getting the best exit, to be fair.
He doesn't really get good traction this Jonas, I've been noticing.
Yeah.
In traction zones he loses a lot, and then he catches up in the middle sector where, you know, it's all about grip. That gap at the top, by the way, is staying pretty stagnant at 7.4. Those two are very evenly matched.
Yeah. I think CX right goes. Oh, and Podium is pitting, so he's gonna go Ultrasofts. I think that's the most reckon.
Yeah, Brother's pitting and Jordan is catching. Brother might feed into this battle, by the way, or it might come behind. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Jordan is catching Stevie very quickly, also.
I can confirm that George is indeed catching quickly.
Under 2 seconds already. Dweller. Yeah, Dweller's gonna come out near this battle.
Even on
Will Jamie get
it's
him?
gonna be interesting. No.
Obviously, with penalties, Dweller's going to, you know, fall down the order definitely. But you'd expect him to chase away from this and even possibly catch up to Joret.
He could, but those ultras, they will go off, and when they go off, they'll probably be slower than Joret. So,
I think, yeah. Yeah, but
yeah, he should streak away from Jamie. He's keeping Jonas at bay, to be fair to him.
Yeah, it's gonna be outside of 1 second already on this lap, definitely. Yeah, there we go.
Speaking of outside 1 second, Joret is very close to Stevie.
It is very close. He's now within 8 tenths. He's gonna get DRS on the next corner.
Yep.
This is gonna be a very interesting fight now on lap 27. So, if he gets a good exit out of this corner, it seems to me decent though. So
Jamie and Jonas are also close.
Oh, good.
Yeah. That's the closest Jonas has been.
Here we go, beautiful overhead shot. Is Jonas going to try something here? What's Jamie going to do? He thinks about it, stops, and then thinks about it again.
Joret, here comes Joret on Stevie, a late one.
Oh, there you go.
Stevie got space, but Stevie kind of drove himself a bit wide there, and an easy one for Joret. He takes 4th place. 13 seconds behind Ols. It'll be quite the feat if he's able to catch up to him.
Yeah, Stevie could definitely be under threat here from Buffy Dweller, though I imagine Stevie to get the position back with penalties. But Dane Star, he doesn't have an answer, does he?
Nope. I think CXY has just controlled this race, you know. I mean, he's taken it very easy, you know, he has such a lot of gap, you know, just You can easily save like tires just a couple of laps and then you go and attacking again. And I think that's exactly what he's doing actually right now. So
I will say though that the CXY is about 1 warning away from 2 seconds worth of penalties.
Oh
Or
dear.
2 warnings. So,
Right,
and Danestar only has 1 warning in the entire race, so if CXY does get that extra penalty, that could get very hairy.
Yes, he has indeed 2 warnings, I can confirm.
Another thing, always has a stop and go, so
Jamie
that's
Jonas.
5 seconds.
Oh dear.
Jonas
Jamie
goes
and
deep
Jonas.
and
Oh
wide.
dear. Yes, DRS, Jamie. You going back to the 15, Jonas? Is he gonna maybe doing a cheeky dive bomb? No, he doesn't. He thinks about it, but I mean, Jonas is on fresh, yeah, not really fresh super, but he has to make this move done because I think his super is gonna run out of tires.
You have to say, he does seem very nervous about overtaking Jamie. Perhaps, obviously, last week in his mind, he was penalised by the stewards.
I do love when off-track action ends up getting mixed up with the on-track action. It really encapsulates the live the dream, race the dream that One Hub is all about. Jonas gets very close, but not close enough to make it.
He's got a good run here,
but he could go for it this time.
Rex gets himself another time penalty. No stranger to seeing that message pop up.
Defending actually, Jamie. I don't understand why he's not defending actually.
I think he wants DRS maybe.
Down the outside he defends. They touch. Oh, they get ever so
DRS.
close.
I think he let him go just to get DRS.
That is actually a very good strategic move, but yes, lifting though. He's not really also defending, but he's not really making.
Yeah, you're right, Nick. Jonas is very tentative when overtaking Jamie.
They actually don't want to tangle each other. If they tangle each other, I think their screaming will be even so loud that we even can hear it in our commentary box. So I think they really want to save this one. But at the same time, if we have a collision, then I think the chat will be exploded after that. So can't wait.
Well, as you know, this is our last race before we break up for Christmas. We have a week's break, so we don't race again until January at One Hub Racing. So the podium tier will enjoy an extended practice session or relaxation, depends what they choose to do with it. But they all want to head into it with some good points, and Danestar will be scratching his head thinking, although I've dominated, is this non-domination going to continue? Jonas goes down the inside. Jamie does the same thing again.
I think, but he has DRS again.
Oh, and they touch
Jonas.
wheels.
Now Jonas DRS, but I think that he's not gonna make this one this way. I think no, he's not gonna dive bomb surely.
Oh, he is.
Oh my! What is? Yeah, that is his own fault. That is definitely his own fault.
I'm not sure if he meant to do that or if he just was way too late on the brakes, but yeah, into the side of Jamie, and that'll probably halt his chances of getting 7th place.
Look at
Dwyer is catching Stevie G.
Yeah, very, very rapidly.
There we go. Oh, but he has a loads of penalties. But seeing the gap with Jamie, I think he can easily make it up. You know, so.
The race.
Even asking, is Sean commentating? Yes.
Yes, of course. Yes, we wouldn't have anyone else in the podium tier commentary box other than, of course, Sean, and Odense has popped along just to say Merry Christmas to you all. You're gonna sing a little Christmas carol for us all as Jonas gets a penalty.
No, we're not. But no, we're not. But what I'm gonna say is that Jamie actually is within Dweller's penalty gap because Dweller has 12 seconds. So Jamie, as it stands, actually Jamie and well, not before, but a while ago, Jonas would have both gotten Dweller. I think he's behind the back of Stevie G.
But I can even sniff the butt of Stevie G. Look how close he is. Maybe a move in the second to last corner. Why
I wonder
not,
if
man?
Stevie knows
Go
about the
for it.
penalties that the Sauber man has, and the extra grip. And if he carries on that pace, he could actually pull away maybe a couple penalties worth. But I'm sure he's got more than that.
Yeah, I think
he's
like
got 12 seconds. And in
Oh,
this game,
there we go. Yeah, we have even cursed it. Great
in
job,
this
guys.
game, you can actually ask your engineer how many penalties the driver behind has, or the driver ahead has. So I think he did know about Donner's penalties, or just the fact that Donner's on a lot. Oh, he has a bit of a moment there.
Gamersat's coming into the
tires,
pits late in the race. Doesn't obviously feel those tires can go to the end, maybe.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, his tires were pretty fresh. He has like some of the freshest softs on the grid. So, an odd decision to pit. 5 seconds stop and go.
Yeah.
I don't know, a weird one.
Odin, we got a question for you from Sadie. You have to sing or he is disliking you, so if you could sing a little bit for us, just like what I did, then I think the world's gonna be in peace.
No, I'm good, thanks for asking.
I mean,
what's your favourite Christmas song?
it's the most wonderful time of the year for me.
Yours is Last Christmas, isn't it, Odems?
What did you say?
Yours has got to be Last Christmas. Sean gave you his heart, but the very next day, very next race, you gave it away, eh?
Well, if nobody's gonna sing, then I think I have to do it, I think.
No, you don't. You don't have to sing at all.
I mean,
the race isn't that boring that we need to hear Sean's singing voice.
Sean, just remind me, what do you do around the Christmas tree?
Well, just wrapping up the presents, you know, just see what we have, drinking, having fun, and yeah,
you like 17.
being drunk. I mean, that's the most common thing for us as Dutch people, so...
And of course, don't drink and drive during the festive time. None of our drivers are drinking and driving tonight.
Well, I made the most bad mistake ever, as I drove in a Baku race and I had 5 beers on, so on a Sunday, so that was maybe the most dumbest mistake I ever did. And a question for you, Nick, from Sadie, can you also sing? Do you want to do it?
I can sing, but I have a bit of a sore throat at the moment, so I'll give it a miss for this. Considering I have to listen to Christmas tunes all day at work, I'll skip this one. Yes, but you've got the sexiest voice, as we often get told on commentary, so that's probably why.
So, it's the most wonderful time.
It's very done.
Anyway,
CXY
35
takes us in.
There's a race on. I forgot about that.
It's Christmas, Scrooge. Come on, cheer up. What have you asked for Christmas? A title? F1 One Hub Racing title?
I actually want a One Hub T-shirt. I mean,
you never know, Sean. You might get one.
My racing wheel back. I don't think I want to get it though.
So I can emotionally sing along with Nick in future races with a more beautiful shirt. So I'm gonna be pretty happy.
Yes, merchandise is definitely something we're looking into in the future, but of course at the moment we're just trying to get this switchover completed to One Hub Racing. But no, it's definitely something. I think that the purple will look extremely good on some quality merchandise, but we'll leave it there for now.
I think the LGBT community is going to be very proud of us that we wear purple t-shirts to support them, so I think that community can also be very proud of us. And also I think I have to be in the swinging mood because CXY is going to start the final lap of this race. We're going to lap 36 out of 36, and he was just dominating, to be fair, even though he got overtaken by Danestar. But he also had to get a little bit of luck, but he did a fantastic race all around.
Ols is getting attacked by the back marker of Gamersat, who's on those fresh ultra soft tires. So second week in a row, Sean, that Ols looks likely to be on the podium. Bit of a comeback mid-season as he heads into his Christmas break.
I think he is. Yeah, he's doing a remarkable job. In the beginning, I don't think he did hit that peak, but now he got his second podium. I think he can definitely having a very good Christmas break, because again the podium, I think for him, he's always very happy that he gets a podium, so yeah, he's gonna be a very happy man.
Alrighty, CXY comes across the last couple of corners. He was on the waiting list for over a month. He finally got his chance at F1 TS Hub last time out in France. He finished on the podium after taking pole position. Here tonight he took pole, and now he's taken his first win at One Hub Racing. So Sean's good friend CXY, known as Jack, takes the checkered flag. Danestar has to settle for second place, but back on the podium for the championship contender. Ols is coming across the line after letting GameSat through, who wants to obviously complete another lap, and he's going to finish on the podium for the second race in a row. Jorit recovers to finish in 4th position as he likes to do a bit of grass cutting. Dweller, it's a case of how far down the grid is he going to drop with all his penalties. Stevie's going to come across the line to take the top 5 position. He's weaving, he's happy.
Yes.
Jamie, can he jump ahead of Buffy Dweller?
No, I think not, no. I think not.
I think...
No.
Close.
Oh,
really close.
Oh my god. Oh
Jonas
my god.
takes 8. Rex, points in the points today.
Points to the points.
Although he may have penalties on Gazamite, so we'll see if he gets 1 or 2.
Gaz is going to jump ahead here, I got a feeling. Yep.
Yes.
And there we have it. Round 9 in Austria for the podium tier. This is, of course, 12th season at One Hub Racing. And, yeah, your pinnacle tier is podium celebration, CXY. Do you think you can challenge for this championship, Sean? Danestar's already out of this session.
Yeah, and he already said in the comments that this game is not really that, but it is predict that you, if your teammate is in the pitch, that yeah, it is a thing for Codemasters, but I mean CXY was just too dominant for right now. But yeah, I think he can reckon this fight for championships. You know, we only had round 9, so and he already has a 2nd place and a podium, so a podium and a win. So better than that it can't be. So I reckon he go for it.
Odems, do you want to run us through the official results here tonight?
You're honored.
Yeah, CXY takes his first One Hub Racing win ahead of Danestar, and CXY actually becomes the first official One Hub winner, so that's a nice little accolade for him to have. Also takes another great podium in 3rd. Joy in 4th place with the fastest lap of the race, I believe, so fair play to him. Stevie G in 5th, Dweller 6th, 7th Jamie, 8th Jonas, 9th Gazaman, and 10th Rex. The non-point scorers are White Eagle, Gamersat, Only One Phase, D-Boy Dan, and Mick, who had that crash.
Unfortunate crash, to be fair, I think.
I didn't see it, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, well, that's. I think Dane's. Yeah, he's not really looking that happy in the chat, but it's happened. So, yeah. But anyway,
I think he has the right to feel aggrieved, but you have to say that Jack had the pace on him today.
Yeah, he wasn't able to close in that last stint, was he? If anything, Jack extended.
I think
so
even if he didn't have that glitch, I think still CXY would still be leading because the undercut him. It did work because if he didn't had that glitch, you know, that he stuck was in the pit. But I think CX was just too dominant in that soft stint.
Alrighty, well, that is it. Us done and dusted, Sean and Odems for 2018. Thank you so much for joining us all throughout the year at One Hub Racing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You can head over to the Pinnacle tier where that is live with Kieran and Jono, and they are taking on the Hills of Austria here tonight as well. Odems will be racing in the Prestige, our top tier, later on at 9 PM tonight. So lots of action still to come at One Hub Racing. Thank you all for joining us. On behalf of myself, Odems, and Sean, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a wonderful Happy New Year. And all the best, and we'll be back in January to bring you even more racing.